Tenancy in common and joint tenancy. Question 1. Hector is studying a rule concerning the obligation to protect private information learned through representation. Which term should be chosen? Option A, confidentiality duty. Option B, client. Option C, obedience duty. Option D, customer. The correct answer is option A, confidentiality duty. Negotiating limits, motivation, and personal circumstances generally remain protected unless disclosure is authorized or legally required. The duty can continue after the agency relationship ends. It does not permit concealment of material property defects that law requires to be disclosed. Question 2. When an office building transaction involves loss in value caused by outdated design, layout, or building features, which answer identifies the controlling concept? Option A, a comparative market analysis. Option B, functional obsolescence. Option C, reproduction cost. Option D, the effective gross income. The correct answer is option B, functional obsolescence. The condition can originate within the property even when the building is physically sound. An inefficient floor plan or inadequate utility can reduce market appeal. Some deficiencies are curable, while others cost more to correct than the value they add. Question 3. A practice question describes the obligation to use the skill and diligence expected of a competent real estate professional. Which response is best? Option A, material fact. Option B, loyalty duty. Option C, reasonable care. Option D, commingling. The correct answer is option C, reasonable care. The licensee should verify information, meet deadlines, and recommend appropriate expert assistance. Negligent performance can create liability even without intentional misconduct. The duty does not make the licensee a lawyer, engineer, or tax advisor. Stressed about your real estate? We can take real estate for you remotely and undetected. We always guarantee A-Pass and payments only after results. To send us an email, scan the code or tap the link in the description and let's get it done. Question 4. During an inspection period, which principle is illustrated by water minus related rights of owners whose land borders a lake, sea, or ocean? Option A, bundle of rights. Option B, government survey system. Option C, tenancy at sufferance. Option D, literal rights. The correct answer is option D, literal rights. The classification depends on the type of water adjoining the property. These rights concern use and enjoyment along a non-flowing or tidal body of water. Public access rules, environmental regulation, and changing shorelines can limit the owner's control. Question 5. Which answer states the concept associated with a claim, defect, or apparent encumbrance that creates uncertainty about ownership? Option A, cloud on title. Option B, antitrust law. Option C, asbestos. Option D, environmental site assessment. The correct answer is option A, cloud on title. Release, correction, or court action may be needed to clear the record. A title search is designed to identify many such problems before closing. The issue can interfere with sale, financing, or issuance of title coverage. Question 6. A seller handling a mixed-use property in Easton must identify denying or limiting lending or related services in geographic areas associated with protected groups. Which choice is correct? Option A, CERCLA. Option B, redlining. Option C, lead-based paint disclosure. Option D, radon. The correct answer is option B, redlining. Mapping or coding practices can create evidence of discriminatory treatment. Underwriting decisions must rely on legitimate risk factors rather than neighborhood demographics. The practice concerns unequal access to credit and financial services. Question 7. During a settlement preparation for a subdivision lot in Lansing, Quinton needs to identify the rule described as gradual repayment of a debt through scheduled installments of principal and interest. Which answer applies? Option A, the defeasance clause. Option B, equity. Option C, amortization. Option D, TILA. The correct answer is option C, amortization. Each payment is allocated according to the loan terms and remaining balance. Early payments on a level minus payment loan usually contain more interest than later payments. Full repayment occurs at maturity only when the schedule completely reduces the balance. Question 8. A closing agent is reviewing a small apartment building in Novi. Which term describes a definite proposal communicated with intent to be bound upon acceptance? Option A, a consideration. Option B, exclusive right to sell listing. Option C, property management agreement. Option D, offer. The correct answer is option D, offer. An advertisement is usually an invitation to negotiate unless it is unusually specific and leaves nothing open. The terms must be sufficiently clear for the recipient to understand the proposed bargain. The proposal can terminate through revocation, rejection, counter-proposal, lapse, or operation of law.
Are you looking for ATIT's actual questions? Visit our website pokerexams.com to access ATIT's study guide with actual questions and answers. Scan the QR code or click the link in the description to get ATIT's answer key today.
Question 9. At a financing review, a Michigan exam candidate encounters the following description: the federal law establishing liability and cleanup authority for releases of hazardous substances. Which concept is being tested? Option A, CERCLA. Option B, steering. Option C, group boycott. Option D, time-in arrangement. The correct answer is option A, CERCLA. Potentially responsible parties can face substantial cleanup obligations. Environmental due diligence may support statutory defenses for qualifying purchasers. Liability can extend beyond the person who originally caused the contamination. Question 10. Jonah is assisting with a condominium unit transaction in Silver Spring. Which principle applies when the facts involve the market in which existing mortgage loans are bought and sold after origination? Option A, private mortgage insurance. Option B, secondary mortgage market. Option C, conventional loan. Option D, hypothecation. The correct answer is option B, secondary mortgage market. The borrower generally continues making payments to the designated servicer. Loan sales replenish lender funds and support continued lending. Investors evaluate the credit and payment characteristics of the loan pools. Question 11. Which answer most accurately identifies the amount a property feature adds to or subtracts from overall value in a real estate transaction? Option A, a comparative market analysis. Option B, external obsolescence. Option C, contribution. Option D, net operating income. The correct answer is option C, contribution. Buyer preferences and local market expectations determine the feature's market impact. This principle guides adjustment analysis and renovation decisions. The cost of an improvement does not necessarily equal its market impact. Question 12. A question arising during lease negotiation concerns government action that requires compensation because private property has been acquired or excessively burdened for public use. Which choice gives the best classification? Option A, eminent domain. Option B, easement in gross. Option C, building code. Option D, taking. The correct answer is option D, taking. Ordinary valid regulation does not automatically create a compensable claim. Courts evaluate the character and economic impact of the government action. A direct acquisition is the clearest form, while some severe regulations may also qualify. Question 13. While analyzing a warehouse, Caleb must apply the concept involving the most probable price a property should bring under typical conditions in an open and competitive market. Which answer should be selected? Option A, market value. Option B, contribution. Option C, progression. Option D, functional obsolescence. The correct answer is option A, market value. The estimate assumes informed parties, reasonable exposure, and no unusual pressure to act. It is an opinion based on market evidence rather than the amount one particular person happens to pay. Financing terms and special concessions must be analyzed when they distort the transaction. Question 14. Which real estate term is defined by a deed containing broad covenants protecting the grantee against title claims arising before and during the grantor's ownership? Option A, group boycott. Option B, general warranty deed. Option C, lead-based paint disclosure. Option D, antitrust law. The correct answer is option B, general warranty deed. The covenants can support a claim if a covered title defect later appears. The grantor provides extensive assurances about ownership and the right to convey. The deed does not ensure physical condition or guarantee future value. Question 15. In a transaction involving a vacant parcel, which rule controls when there is a charge imposed under the loan terms when principal is repaid before the permitted time? Option A, promissory note. Option B, the Ginnie Mae. Option C, prepayment penalty. Option D, acceleration clause. The correct answer is option C, prepayment penalty. The provision compensates the lender for early termination of expected interest income. Borrowers should review the note before refinancing or selling. Its enforceability and disclosure are controlled by law and the loan program. Question 16. A associate broker asks about an agent authorized to act broadly in nearly all matters for the principal. Which answer provides the legally accurate concept? Option A, material fact. Option B, agency by ratification. Option C, buyer's agent. Option D, universal agent. The correct answer is option D, universal agent. Most real estate licensees serve under narrower special authority. This level of authority is uncommon in ordinary brokerage representation. A comprehensive power of attorney may create such authority. Question 17. Imani encounters a loan provision allowing the lender to demand repayment when the secured property is transferred without permitted consent during a property-management audit. Which principle should guide the analysis? Option A, a do-on sale clause. Option B, hypothecation. Option C, VA-guaranteed loan. Option D, or Regulation Z. The correct answer is option A, do-on sale clause. Federal and state rules may create exceptions for certain transfers. A buyer should not assume the existing financing can remain in place. The clause limits the borrower's ability to transfer the property subject to the existing loan. Question 18. Which choice best matches the description government power to acquire private property for public use with just compensation? Option A, subdivision regulation. Option B, eminent domain. Option C, nonconforming use. Option D, taking. The correct answer is option B, eminent domain. Condemnation is the process used to exercise this power. The owner is entitled to fair compensation determined under applicable procedures. The government may compel a transfer when the taking serves a legally recognized public purpose. Stressed about your real estate? We can take real estate for you remotely and undetected. We always guarantee a pass in payments only after results. To send us an email, scan the code or tap the link in the description and let's get it done. Question 19. During review of a retail suite in Marquette, the parties discuss an agreement with no legal effect from the beginning. Which term applies? Option A, statute of frauds. Option B, exclusive agency listing. Option C, void contract. Option D, unilateral contract. The correct answer is option C, void contract. No party can enforce an arrangement that lacks a fundamental legal requirement or has an illegal purpose. Later approval ordinarily cannot cure an agreement that was never legally valid. This differs from a contract that is valid unless a protected party chooses to avoid it. Question 20. An exam scenario presents the rights associated with minerals and resources below the land surface. Which answer is most accurate? Option A, a tenancy by the entirety. Option B, metes and bounds. Option C, point of beginning. Option D, a subsurface rights. The correct answer is option D, subsurface rights. A surface owner may not own every mineral interest affecting the parcel. These interests can be separated from surface ownership by sale, lease, or reservation. Title review should identify severed mineral rights and access provisions. Question 21. A licensee preparing for a financing review must recognize a broker's market-based estimate used to help a client make listing or offering decisions. Which concept does this describe? Option A, a comparative market analysis. Option B, reproduction cost. Option C, conformity. Option D, appraisal. The correct answer is option A, comparative market analysis. The analysis compares recent sales, active listings, and market conditions. Its purpose is practical pricing guidance for a transaction. It is not a formal appraisal unless performed by a person acting within appraisal licensing authority. Question 22. Which answer correctly classifies a situation involving a listing in which the broker earns the agreed compensation if the property sells during the term regardless of who finds the buyer? Option A, a valid contract. Option B, exclusive right to sell listing. Option C, net listing. Option D, purchase agreement. The correct answer is option B, exclusive right to sell listing. The broker must still perform the promised marketing and representation duties. The owner's own sale normally triggers compensation unless the agreement creates a specific exception. This arrangement provides the strongest compensation protection to the listing broker. Question 23. At an offer review in Salisbury, Rena explains communication of a known condition that significantly affects value, desirability, or safety. Which real estate principle is involved? Option A, lead-based paint disclosure. Option B, constructive notice. Option C, material defect disclosure. Option D, market allocation. The correct answer is option C, material defect disclosure. The duty can apply even when a seller prefers silence. Experts should evaluate technical conditions outside the licensee's competence. A licensee should not conceal a serious problem or make misleading assurances. Question 24. A transaction file for a rental home raises an issue involving a court proceeding used to resolve competing claims and establish ownership rights. Which answer best resolves the classification? Option A, material defect disclosure. Option B, price fixing. Option C, underground storage tank. Option D, quiet title action. The correct answer is option D, quiet title action. The procedure is different from title insurance, which shifts covered financial risk. Interested parties must receive proper notice and an opportunity to be heard. The judgment can remove invalid claims and clarify the state of title. Question 25. Which concept should a buyer apply to facts involving standards governing construction quality, materials, occupancy, and safety? Option A, building code. Option B, police power. Option C, the specific lien. Option D, general lien. The correct answer is option A, building code. These rules protect occupants and the public by establishing minimum construction requirements. Permits and inspections help enforce compliance during building and renovation. Zoning controls location and use, while construction codes focus on how structures are built and occupied.